Hey, what's going on, Crypto View?
Hey,
I like your background, man. We are just playing around with the settings then, and you have the big Crypto View logo, and now we're on the Mirandus one.
yes, we change. Too
Yeah,
many crypto use.
yeah. Well, that's what we are just talking about, man. Like with the crypto names, though, it is hard to get a unique name because
Yeah,
I know with Glitch, like I wanted it glitch free gaming, so then I could sort of do like generalized gaming stuff, and then also do crypto stuff. But there's that many different glitches as well. It's unbelievable.
yeah, too many. It's hard to get a name on the space. Like back when I started in Gmail, like I remember I put the first thing I did was put my name and my last name, and I got I'm one of the lucky ones who can cut the email with their name and the last name. So if you want to do that right now, it's impossible.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, man. I've actually got my first and last name too as a Gmail address. But
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to use something like that for anything crypto related.
No, 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 no. You don't. No, but that's how it's gonna get in the crypto space. Eventually, like you're gonna if you want to get one of those wallets, like the personalized wallets, it's
Hmm.
gonna be pretty hard for you to personalize it with your name. So if you can get like a crypto domain with your name that is cheap and you can save it for later, maybe not with your name, but with something with your logo, like CryptoView was taken. I couldn't take that one. The
Yeah.
guy is asking like $10,000 for it now.
Yeah, well, hopefully in the next bear market, you might be able to pick it up for cheaper then.
Oh man, like the next bull market is it's probably around the corner. Let's see. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't like to predict it because I'm usually wrong. So,
But that's a good thing. So I can short everything you predict.
yeah. So, like I spoke to one of your good friends, Crypto Zorro, and I'm pretty sure when I was talking to him, he actually said that you're the one that introduced him to Gala Games and a lot of the crypto related stuff. So, how
Yeah.
did your crypto journey start?
Well, it was back in 2015, actually. Well, actually, start back in 2011, but I never got the guts to go in it. So I did research, I wait, and then I saw Bitcoin going to like 1,600, and I say, whoa, I saw it like $100, and then I think I saw lower than that, and then when I saw 115, like 1,600, I
Hmm.
say, what, something had to be going on with this. So what I did is I actually started looking into the other cryptocurrencies, and I got into Ethereum,
Yeah.
and then I say, well, let me buy some miners. So I started mining Ethereum, and then that's how I got into the whole crypto space.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So,
Mhm.
like back in the day, man, when you got into it, because I know that you're an avid Gala person, you also like XRP as well. And
Yeah.
like when you're in Ethereum, we didn't really know how bad the gas fees were going to get because in the last bull market, like I know for myself, I was paying probably 150 USD in gas for some transactions for NFTs. And like, what made you decide like fuck Ethereum? I'm going to go over to XRP, or like what was your process then to be able to work out what you wanted to do in crypto?
Well, I have family overseas, like in Venezuela. I'm originally from Venezuela, and I wanted to send money over there because of Venezuela. Venezuela is like a very big crypto friendly country, so you can go to the grocery store and pay with crypto. They mostly use Tether over there.
Yeah.
So what I did is I wanted to I started sending them Ethereum, and it was very expensive.
Hmm.
Then I start sending them Bitcoin, and it was very expensive.
Yeah,
So
that would have
I
been.
looked to the next 10, and I saw XRP, and XRP was starting to trade on Binance, and it was easy for me just to send them XRP. And I say, you know what? I got in contact with a friend over there who was doing crypto, and he's like, well, you know what? I buy your XRP or your Ethereum, whatever you want to send me. But for me, it was cheaper to send XRP because it was like I was paying less than a penny for send them money instead of send them Ethereum, which it was taking me like $10-20, like the same thing as Western Union.
Hmm.
So what was the point? Like if I want to go to Western Union, send them cash, I can do that instead of this. I'm trying to say, so those $20-30 extra that I was saving on XRP, send, using XRP, I was actually giving them extra money.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, mhm.
So with like I know that in previous conversations that we've had not live, like you've spoken about how Gala was originally going to be on the Flare network. So the first question is, how did you come across Gala? And then I wouldn't mind talking about Flare and what that is.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I was in 2019, like at the end of 2019, around October. I saw an interview of a YouTuber called Crypto Eddie,
Hmm.
and she was interviewing actually the person who used to be called Low Tank, which is Jesse Hine.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a lawyer defending, well, not defending me. He was kind of like arguing the XRP lawsuit, like not the XRP lawsuit. Actually, he was promoting XRP. That was prior to the lawsuit.
Hmm.
So because it was in November 2019, so it was prior to, like, 2 3 months before the lawsuit. But he was talking about it, like how impressed he was about the technology, and about the games, and how can you play to earn and all that. So I say, you know what, let me try this. But it took me long. Like, I didn't went right there to Gala. Like, I started buying the coins a little bit around at the end of 2019.
Hmm.
But that's actually on December when Flare did the snapshot, and then they start talking about Flare being integrated with Gala. When I start, like, oh, this is more than the coins I'm buying. This is something better. And then I start looking at the notes and all the stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like back in 2019, because in December 2019, that's when I actually come across Gala, and that was
Hmm.
through Crypto Euclid and Mystical Oaks, and they were actually friends with Bitbender. And I'm pretty sure the story goes that they were selling the first Citadel for Mirandus,
Yes.
and Bitbender said, "Oh, jump on this online call and see pretty much what's going to happen. Like this is going to be one of the biggest NFT sales ever at the time." And they jumped in there, and then I'm pretty sure afterwards they had a chat about Gala Games and what it was, and they told me about it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure back then, man, like in 2019, in December, like it was like 0.007, I think, like for one Gala.
Yeah, that's how I think I got it a little higher than you. Like, I got a 0.0008
Yeah, yeah.
when I.
So I might have been like at the start of December. You might have been like at the middle or the end because it was starting to go
Mhm.
up like at the end of December.
Oh
But
yeah.
I bet, like myself, I bet you wish you just threw like a couple of $1,000s at it if you had it sitting around to cash in on it.
Well, I actually did my moves. I changed a lot of the Ethereum I was mining to Gala. Like, most of my notes and my Gala's NFT and the Galas I bought, they came out from the mining Ethereum. I actually didn't like to keep the Ethereum. Like, I started selling it. Like, then I regret it when it went to $4,000. But at the same time, Gala went up too. So I think I did the right choice.
Yeah. Well, I remember when they were talking about going on Flare, but I never really understood what that actually was. And I was looking forward to it because the gas fees would have been much lower than what they are on Ethereum. And
Yes.
do you know the reasoning at all as to why they decided to go away from Flare and start doing their own layer two?
My guess is because Flare was taking too long. Like, Flare, they start building Flare in 2019, and then it's supposed to be done by 2020, like summer 2020, the beginning of 2021. And then they keep delaying and delaying and delaying. And then I think it was on the fourth delay that I think Gallus came out and said, you know what, we got to do our own L1, because we need to start bringing these games out. We cannot be waiting and waiting for Flare to finish. So they decide to build their own L1. That's my guess. I don't know. That's because it looks like that's the only explanation why they do that, why they did that. And then they say, you know what, when if Flare is ready eventually, then we probably go back to Flare. But I guess they already decide to do their L1, and that's how it came.
Yeah. So, like with the L1 that they're building and everything like that, like with the last upgrade, you might know more about it than me. Like, why that's still on the Ethereum network, isn't it?
It looks like, yes.
So, do you know the reasoning behind that at all, or you're not sure either?
They make the token more flexible to do more things that they need, even though it's still being a RC20 token, ERC20 token. It got more capabilities, and I don't know what they are yet. I don't know, but it's gonna be maybe bridging better to Giri, is
Hmm.
the blockchain that they're using, and that's the only thing I guess what they did, because changing from an ERC20 token to another ERC20 token, I don't know what else could it happen. Like
Yeah.
what kind of restrictions that the V1 Gala had that the V2 Gala don't have that they need it, you know?
Yeah, well, hopefully like everyone pronounces it differently, but I say Geary for the
Yeah, say
blockchain.
Gary, Giri, Jarai. Then I don't know why they come up with that silly name, but I guess the G is for Gala. I don't know the rest.
Yeah, well,
But I don't know. They say that they were gonna use Gala in the name of the blockchain. So,
hopefully they change the name anyway because I don't like it. It's like I follow a bit. Well, I used to going back probably about maybe a year or 2 years ago with the Cardano, and the
yes.
names that they come out with for the different upgrades are shitty.
Well, Flare before Flare was a Spark. That's how they used to call them before. Spark tokens, and then they changed the name like on 2021 to Flare tokens.
Yeah, well, they Spark sounds cool, and so does Flair. You know what I mean? Like Gary doesn't isn't a cool trendy name, especially for like a
For
game.
Gary Gensler.
Yeah, for gaming anyway. You know.
No, and it sounds like the head of the sect that nobody likes, like
Yeah,
Gary
exactly.
Gensler. You're like, oh no, I don't want to touch it.
So, in regards to Gala Games, man, like I've seen you play Spider Tanks before. Is that your favorite game that they currently have available? Or
Well, actually, I was very happy with Spider Tank. Like on the beginning, I went to a few like when Gala came to Florida. It was exhibition called, it was a convention called Decentral, and that's when I met Bitbender. That's what, like back in 2020, before the first Galaverse, like 12 20 days before the Galaverse. And they have a Spider Tank booth, and I
Mhm.
was playing in there. That's when I met A Beaters. I don't know if you know A Beaters.
no,
So we play,
don't think
but
so.
you seen his videos maybe?
Are you talking
A
about
bit tendies,
8-bit tennis? Yeah,
tendies.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
a podcast of him before.
Well, I met him there in person, and we played Spider Tank, and I introduced him to Gala too that day. Like that day, I introduced him to Big Bender and Low Tank and all the people that were there. Like very awesome. I think it was a lot of people there that are known in the Gala community, and we played Spider Tank, and I really understood what they want to do with the game. But then things change and keep changing and keep changing, and I guess what they're doing now is good. The only thing I'm not too happy about is the honor. The honor score, I think, is too tight. They should lose it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good now that you can allocate tanks to different accounts, though. So that's pretty cool because,
Yes.
like when you're just throwing it out to random players, you don't know if you're going to get someone that actually wins a lot or if they lose. So at least this way, as far as like distribution of tokens, which I don't like anyone talking about, but I will anyway. Um, like you got more chance of getting higher rewards now for playing the game because the components aren't cheap, man. It's expensive to upgrade your tank.
It is expensive. Like I'm trying to upgrade one tank right now. So what I'm doing is I rented it straight to a person. It's good that they open like a chat room that you can find people who wants to play directly with you. So I've been renting my tank to those people directly. Every night I get somebody different, but they actually do their tasks and they play a lot of games. So I'm doing better doing that. I put it in the pod or in my node, and it's going pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like it. And what I'm doing is I'm using those coins to upgrade the tank.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing, man. Because I don't really have the time to be playing the game.
No,
Because I know
I mean,
going back like a month ago, you had to get like 20 wins or whatever to get the most amount of silk.
Oh
and now
my god, yes.
and now they put it to 10, but even ten's too hard when you're not the best player.
Yeah.
So
And, well, that's what I do. Like play and rinse, play and upgrade, upgrade and play, upgrade.
yeah, that's fair enough. So like, did you play the Mirandus beta that they've just coming out with, or you haven't played around with it much?
Well, actually, Mirandus is the game that convinced me to come to Gala mostly, like because Mirandus is like I used to play EverQuest.
Hmm.
I don't know, that was back in 2000. In 1990, 1998, 99, 2000, I play EverQuest like a lot, and I understood what Mirandus was doing, and I think Mirandus have a good chance to survive in the economy and everything, because back in the days, we were using eBay to sell goods and game goods. Like
Hmm.
you need to trust somebody to drop the boots and pay them with PayPal in eBay, and praying that the guy actually give you the sword or the boot, and it was working. It was working. A lot of people got scammed, but it was working. So I say, if there is a way that you can actually sell this stuff and guarantee it in somehow in the blockchain, is cool. Like you lend in your tank and people are playing with it, the same way we can do in Miranda's, that you go out, you get like a special sword or nice clothing, and then you can sell it to somebody and hope that you get it, like you actually gonna get it because it's being done in the blockchain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with Mirandus and stuff, like the good thing about it is that spider tanks are sort of on the chopping board for trying to work out what actually does work. So
Mhm.
by the time Mirandus comes out, even if tanks ended up failing over a long, like before its release, like at least we got a lot of data now to know what works and what doesn't for an economy.
Yes.
And going back to what you were saying as well with like the eBay stuff and all the rest of it, like the good thing about the NFTs is like if you get caught on traditional games doing trades with other people for cash, they'll probably ban your account. Well, with cryptocurrency, like that's the whole point, to be able to transfer your in-game items or your tokens or whatever else you want.
Yes, and it's actually pretty cool because actually, imagine that you have, I don't know, your favorite your favorite player. Maybe you follow somebody on YouTube
Hmm.
who's your main source of information, or you just watch it because he teaches some tips and stuff, and then you are like his fan, and this person find a sword and then he wants to sell it, and you get that sword,
Hmm.
and then you don't need to prove that, listen, I saw the ray when he got the sword and this person actually get it, and this is the sword I want. And that's very important because a lot of people like to collect stuff and have proof of it. Now you don't have to get like a certification that the person who sold it to you was actually the figure that you follow on YouTube. Now it's on the blockchain.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully they change the inventory so it's looks a little bit like my bookshelf in the background where you can sort of have your stuff on display instead of it just being generalized tiles like most NFTs. Add a little bit of customability into it.
Yeah, they're gonna have like an inspection, like you can go and inspect what the other people have, and maybe you can block what you don't want people to see, and you can you won't block one. That's how traditional games of this type are, were doing before. So
Yeah. So what do you think would happen with Gala Games if like a company like Epic Games that make Fortnite come out with an NFT? Do you think that Gala Games could still compete in the marketplace? Or do you think if they came out with something, essentially everyone in NFTs would go straight over to that?
well, the idea is everything becomes Web3 and NFT. I don't. I think I see a future where that happen, and if that happen, I think I don't see why Gala won't survive. Gala have, if they make good games, and they have their community, I think they're gonna be okay. Now, if the games are crappy and nobody wants to play them, then it's not gonna grow anywhere. Of course, a big giant like that, like Nintendo or PlayStation or Steam or whatever, come out in the game, of course is gonna kill Gala Games. Like hope to get like 5 million players. But anyways, if you go to your cell phone and you see these little games, they have over 1 million players, and they're not on Steam, they're not on PlayStation. They don't, people who wants to play if they like the game.
So as far as like Gala making a pivot to mobile, you think that's a good thing, or do you think that they didn't push hard enough in the PC space?
Well, you gotta understand this. We the generation, I don't know, millennials and Generation Z and part of Generation X, we are the ones who have the money. So like the kids, they don't have the money unless their parents were gamers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So right now we have no time to play, sit down on a computer and play for 10 hours. Like I used to play EverQuest, like go from like 8 at night to like 6 in the morning and go to school or things like that. Now we don't have that time, and we are the one who have the money. So if Igala wants to adapt, they need to adapt to games that we can play and put our time into it. And I think 90% of probably 80% of the people needs more like a mobile game, something that they can play while they smoke a cigarette in the work, when they taking a break, when they go on a subway, when they waiting for the bus. So they of course they have to be games like Mirandus also, where you sit and play, but that's going to be 10% of the population. I don't, I, so I think it's very important for them to concentrate in the mobile. And this is something we talk to, like I talked to them back in the days, like in the first Galaverse and the second Galaverse, like back in when I met them in Miami, when I met them in Vegas. I always say, listen, guys, no, you have to do something in mobile, because most of the players, they don't have time to sit down on a PC. I think Bitbender say something about a device that they want to create, like a mobile device that they can carry around. I think Solana, something like that, make like a telephone, a cryptophone.
Oh,
I
that'd
don't
be
know.
interesting.
Yeah, he was saying it like I think about a year and a half ago. He said on Discord, like, what do you guys think if we make like a mobile device, or a device that is like a console? So everybody was voting yes, but then the idea fade away.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Back before I was on Nerd Node, which has made my life a lot easier trying to keep my node up. So I just pay them a subscription and they give me my Gala. And like I really hope that they come out with some sort of a box or something for the nodes, so you could just connect it into the computer and it does its thing. Because
Mm.
like one thing that I noticed with the node as well, when I was running it, I was losing like I think it was like five gigs of RAM just to the node alone. And at the time, I've only had 16 gigs of RAM, and like it was slowing the computer down like crazy. Like if I was trying to like upload videos, or like if I was doing editing or playing a game or anything at all. So I'm glad that Nerd Node's available to be able to take on that task, because yeah, unless if you want to go spend $8,000 on a computer, you need that extra RAM.
Well, the best thing you can do with your notes is have them on a VPN, and instead of having it in your own computer. I did it on, like, I have few notes, and one of them I was running it on my computer to see what the difference was, and you were right. Like I just say, you know what, let me put it on a VP, all of them on VPNs, and forget about it.
Yeah, I
And
did
that's the
try.
best thing.
I tried playing around with the VPNs, but to be honest, I didn't really understand it. And like with the Nerd Node, it was just easier because you just give them your key and then it all works. They do it all for you. But yeah,
And it's cheap too. Like they charge like $20 or something like that.
yeah, I think
So
it's like 15-20 bucks a node, as far as I can remember.
that's
But
not bad.
so back when you first got in the Gala, you would have been like me. Like originally, it was just one node, which was going to be the Gala Games node, and that was going to cover the whole ecosystem of games and transactions. And what else did they have? And then there was no game specific nodes. So what did you think when they started coming out with nodes for every game?
I was against it. If you go look my in my Discord, and read what I was writing, I was like, no man, you cannot overflow the node thing. It's like makes no sense. It's like you created an inflation on the nodes. Even with the new tokens, I was against it.
Mhm.
I always say, like if you go on my Discord and read, I even did a little graphic with my phone saying like, listen, everything should go through Gala, and Gala should be the coin that rules them all, and all these coins should be like Mickey Mouse token that you can use in the game, but not making as an Ethereum token. Don't because you can have all these tokens on their own echo chamber in each game, and every time you need to get it out, you turn them into Gala and then use the Gala whatever situation you need. But they want to make every token a ERC20, but then they learn the hard way. Now they going everything going what I say back in the day. I don't know. I don't think they listen to me because I'm nobody. But I'm. If you go to my Twitter feed, I did it a lot. Like I
Yeah.
say, do not make inflation, because inflation never works.
Oh, it's not only that, man. Either like I'm the same as you, and when they started doing it, I thought, if games have a life cycle, and if they die, like Gala Games is going to be known to get these different game tokens on the exchange, and then they're going to die. So like if you're buying into these nodes and everything, and then you also get like receiving the token, if people stop playing the game, well then what are you going to do with the node or the token? It's got no use case. Where if it was all in Gala, well then the Gala works for the whole ecosystem, you know, so you can't lose.
I know, and you get, and people don't understand this, but Gala is divided by 8 decimals. So one decimal of a Gala, if it worth $1, one Gala can be 8,000. Sorry, $800, I think, something like that. And it's not people think in units, like, oh yeah, but if you have a million games or 500 games, how you gonna divide one Gala, and how is this gonna work? People don't understand it have 8 decimals, like there is 8 zeros in each Gala, so
Mhm.
8 drops, or I don't know, I not even know how they call them. Every, like in XRP they call them drops, in Bitcoin they call them satoshis. So it's like it's a lot of units, and it's enough for the whole ecosystem. They don't need to create, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, back in Townstar, they say it was 1 quadrillion coins that they were making for Townstar. And I say, What is that? Why do you need a quadrillion tokens?" And then I write to them, and I say, well, if you're making a quadrillion token, then I guess that little money, you have the fake money on Townstar. I
Mhm.
say, change those dollars, fake dollars, for Town Coin, and then you can have a quadrillion token. People gonna have to pay salary to the workers on Towncoin. People have to use town coins to create stuff, and then you create an economy. Like, they never listen to that, and I think that was the best idea for them to do, but they just don't listen. And then Towncoin died. Now they're gonna use Gala. I don't know. So they went back to square one. I'm happy that they're doing it though. I'm happy because that's what I say they should do.
I wonder what happens now though with the Townstar node, because are they going to get a distro of Gala as well? Even though the Gala distro is only meant to go to the Gala nodes. So like, where's the benefit if you're a Townstar node user? Like, I don't know, man. I don't own one because like when they started
It's
coming out of them, I just said fuck it. Like I don't agree with it, so I'm not buying them.
it's yeah, but it's totally different. Like the gala that we getting through the founder notes is brand new Gala coming out from the oven. The galas that you getting from Townstar is already Gala that is being mint and used in the game. So if you have a Townstar node, like me, I have a Townstar node.
Hmm.
I won't get Gala fresh from the oven. Like, I have to get Gala that was used in the game. So if this Gala is not being used in the game, I'm not gonna get anything. So it's totally different. Yes, you earn Gala, but it's not the same Gala. Same thing with Last Expedition. Like, you can have you if there is people playing Last Expedition, then you're not gonna make any Gala of Last Expedition.
Hmm. So do you think then like the game specific nodes might be okay, as long as you're getting a part of the distribution of Gala that's used in game instead of having a dedicated token for every game.
Well, of course, like they should use Gala for everything, but the thing is, I think they should create dummy tokens. They are used for the game. People create wealth or whatever in the game, and then let the market decide what those dummy tokens are. Now you're creating your own L2, so you can create private ledgers for each game. They can have their own swap. Like if, let's say, Townstar work with gems, so you play for gems, you create gems, you waste gems, you pay employees with gems, you create stuff with gems, and then when you want to catch out your gems, let's say, well, the market right now, somebody else need gems and they want to buy it from you, you say, well, I give you 2 galas for 1 million gems or for 1,000 gems. But that's a free market, you know. Whoever needs the gems gonna pay for it, and they have to
Mhm.
pay just in gala. No, don't use nothing else. And then when you get the galas, that person get the gems in a private ledger, okay, that is not public. It's not the Ethereum gala. It's just a gala that is wrapped on Geary. And then if you want to get that gala out to the ecosystem, or if you want to get that gala that is wrapped and go to last expedition and use those, buy the dummy tokens there, because now that's the game you want to play, just exchange it and play it over there. When you don't need those tokens anymore, you come out with your wealth. Now you turn it into Gala, go to the Ethereum, put it in your wallet, take your money out. You don't want to take your money out, you want to keep playing the games, you keep using the dummy tokens. So yes, you can have dummy tokens in each games, but they cannot be Ethereum. They cannot be tradable for nothing else that is not Gala.
hmm
That's it.
So at the moment, like, and I know that every country is different as far as tax laws, but like if you're getting a distribution of silk for playing the game, is that classed as a taxable event, or you're not sure?
Well, I talked to my accountants about this, and I consult with 3 different accountants, and they say, like, if the tokens are not tradable for cash, like for you cannot trade it, like let's say you receive wrap gearing, you got wrap silk, like G silk, let's call it like that, and you buy your tank and you upgrade your tank. It's a dummy token, it's like you're not actually doing anything with it, just play the game. But now when you take out the token from being wrapped to being a ERC20 token, then it can be traded for other tokens and for money. So actually that transaction, it is a tax event. So while you inside the game, it's not taxable because you're just playing a game with a dummy token that is not worth anything inside the game.
Well, with silk being on exchange though, and it's not a dummy token because you can sell it, that would be
Now, now,
considered.
now when it now when it's wrapped,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
cannot sell it, and you use it in the private ledger inside the game. So it's not
hmm
taxable because you're not using. It's like you're using a dummy token. It's like you wanna charge me for using gold, for my, I don't know, EverQuest. I play EverQuest and I have gold in EverQuest. I cannot do anything with that gold. Just upgrade my character and buy boots and stuff. So how you gonna tax me about that? Because I'm buying stuff from my character. Now, if I get that gold and turn it into real gold in the real life, I go on eBay, like I was saying, and I sell this gold to somebody, then it's a taxable event because I'm getting a value against my digital uh, 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 item.
hmm
So
So essentially, if you like mint it or transfer it into Ethereum, well then, unless if you don't do that, it's pretty much not taxable because you can just transact in it in game. But if you were to sell silk, you would have to put it into Ethereum anyway. So then it would be taxable. Is that what you're saying?
correct.
hmm Yeah, well, see, man, I don't really play with the tokens. So I've never sold silk. I don't really sell my Gala.
Well, I use the silk that I earn to update my tank. So what I gonna do? I'm not buying anything that is value on real life. nothing. I'm just using a gain token to upgrade my gain tank.
Hmm.
Now, if I get the silk out and I put it in the Ethereum, and I want to go to an exchange, in the moment you change it from the gain to Ethereum, that's a tax event. You are in the public ledger. It's a tax event. It's
Hmm.
nothing you can do. And now you have to pay the tax between changing it from wrap Gary from wrap silk to unwrap silk, which is in the tier. Now you pay that tax. Now if you go and sell it, then you have to see the difference between how much is, like, when you got it, you got a complete income. This
Hmm.
is this is the way my accountant told me to. You get the general income because you just receive money.
Hmm.
It goes to your Ethereum account, and when you go to the exchange and change it, you have to see the difference in price, and that's you pay the difference in taxes of the profit you get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's interesting,
Hmm.
man, because like it is different in every country, and like what you're saying does make sense as well. Because I'm pretty sure, like I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure before the whole Geary stuff, like Gala was pretty much like sent to your ETH wallet, so that would have been classed as like income throughout that time. But now that they pay in Gala Geary, well then you haven't unwrapped it and put it on Ethereum, so it shouldn't be a tax event then.
No, because it's no value. Like you cannot trade it anywhere. You can only use it in your game.
Hmm.
So it's like
Yeah, well, I never
like a
actually
gem.
thought about it, man, until we started talking and you explained it. Because, yeah, what you're saying makes sense because you hear that much stuff from the community. It's hard to know unless if you've actually done the research yourself to know what's going
Well,
on.
I do. I'm making a disclaimer here. I do what my tax person told me. Like
Hmm.
I hired three of them. Like back in 2020, I was worried about this because I was getting these drops from the notes, and I was like, "Well, what I do with them?" And then my tax representatives, they told me, like, "Listen, while they're in your treasure chest, there's nothing you can do with them.
Hmm.
Like, it's like wrap Gala. Now, when you get it out of the treasure chest that day, how much, like the cost of Gala that day is how much is such a tax event. It's a general income,
Hmm.
so you have to report it. But I don't know. I'm not a tax expert, and I think that's the way it goes. You gotta, everybody who's listening, they gotta go to their tax advisor, and tell them how did they do it in each country. That's how they told me to do it over here.
Yeah. So, being that you have a node for Townstar, are you still playing Townstar at all, or you're not playing it at all?
I actually play the playtest that they have going on, and I really don't get that those square things. I can never match the street with the building. I don't know if it's a glitch in there, so it gets very frustrating. So I stopped. So the thing is, I'm waiting for them to upgrade in a way that I don't have to play. I have my computer on all day, because that's another thing that is happening with Townstar. Like I have my computer all day with the game. It's not that I don't like it, but it's just I want to log into my cell phone and maybe get an upgrade, or maybe buy something and make my town bigger and bigger. Like I used to play Sims from my cell phone, and it's fun, like somebody come destroy my city, I build it again, I make whatever I need to create the stuff that I'm building, sell it, but if I had to have with a computer on all day, I cannot even use my computer because the game is in the middle. I cannot even close the screen because I'm losing. I'm not. And besides that, it's like glitching. It's not. It's not even lining on the streets and the stuff. And so I say, you know what? Let me just wait. I keep running my node though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So, in regards to generalized crypto, man, like, what do you think of all the mem tokens and everything? Like, now everyone's going on about these Grumpy Cat tokens, and they're going on about the Pepe tokens. I don't know if you've seen it all over Twitter, like it's been on my Twitter. But like, do you buy into any of these sort of meme coins, or you don't touch them? like as far as Dogecoin or any of that stuff?
Well, I mind Dutch like back in the days, and I not make any money because I sold it way before it went up. I had a
Hmm.
lot. I went into the millions, but I didn't hold it because I thought, the guy. I think when the guy left Dogecoin, that's when I started like, wow, this token doesn't have anybody behind it. That was way before Elon Musk was talking about it. And after that, like I learned my lesson. I looking at what other people was getting wreck about it. Like a lot of people got into Dogecoin like in 71 cents, and I was telling them like, don't do that. But they didn't listen, and they got stuck with all those coins at 71 cents. So
Yeah.
I really don't touch any meme coin.
Yeah. So the cryptos that you're more interested in are ones that you can actually use for like your day to day transactions with your XRP, and then obviously like Gala, because it's just it seems like a given that everything as far as traditional gaming is eventually going to go into Web3 with NFTs and their own tokens. So
Yeah.
you've obviously seen that as being a likely trend as well. So, like, what do you think about people like Elon Musk backing a shitcoin like Dogecoin?
Well, it's the guys think about this, okay? Nobody's behind Dogecoin. There is no like if the SEC want to turn around and go and sue Dogecoin, it's like suing Bitcoin. Who they gonna sue? Nobody. So that's one thing. The second thing is you have a unlimited supply. He say he don't like the unlimited supply thing, but it's holding pretty cool. Like people are mining them, people are trading them, people are sending it to each other.
Hmm.
So he thought about it. He's like, you know what? If I chill this coin, nobody can go after me because nobody's the owner of it. No, they cannot point fingers at him and say, "Oh, you're helping this company or that company." So I think Elon Musk is pretty smart on doing that. Like if he actually get Dogecoin and put it as a payment system on Twitter, it would be cool because nobody owns Dogecoin. Like there is no company, there is nobody behind, there is no CEO. It's like Bitcoin, and people can mine it and send money to their family and transfer like tip people. Even though XRP was the first one on Twitter with the tip bot,
Hmm.
you could tip back in the days. um Doge would be a good stuff to like to send money to people because actually the creator, that's how you make it. He make it so you can send something funny to other people. So I think it's Elon Musk is doing the right thing right there. I hope he does that.
Do you remember back in the days of early Gala where they used to make it rain in the Discord?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore, do they?
No, no, no. What they do that in there is there is Flare Network
Hmm.
and there is Flare Finance. So
Hmm.
it's one company. It's like a parent chain of the other. Like Flare Finance is like they have like a lending program and all this. So if you go to their Discord and you get certified as a samurai, they do a lot of XRPs and Dogecoin and I think even Gala they drop a little bit to everybody, like once in a while. They make it rain.
Oh, that's cool. So I want to ask you questions about Flare and that, man. Can you explain to me, like, you've got Ripple Labs that essentially work on XRP, is that correct? Like
Ripple Labs, yeah.
they're the ones that originally made the code and like minted the tokens.
No, actually, no. Actually, the one who did the tokens was OpenCoin.
Hmm.
It was a company called OpenCoin, and they gifted tokens to Ripple. The
Oh, cool.
Ripple Lab is like a non-profit organization who like do upgrades on the ledger.
Yeah. So then with Flare, like, how does that mix in with XRP and Ripple Labs? Like, is Ripple Labs, did they make Flare or is it like a subsidiary company? Or it's got nothing
No,
to do with XRP?
nothing to do. Nothing. The Flare, the only thing they did was they used the XRP community because it was the biggest community to do their fork. Like it's not their fork, sorry, their airdrop. Like they want to distribute, they want to do a distribution of all the tokens in a decentralized free way where they don't have to do an ICO, they don't have to do none of that. So they say, you know what, which one is the biggest community? Because Flare is a combination of three coins. Like it had the smart contracts of Ethereum.
Hmm.
They had the fastest and cheapest of XRP, and they had the Avalanche Oracle, I think it is Oracle type of engine to run their Oracle. So they say, well, if we get the Avalanche community, it's not that big. The Ethereum community is like they didn't like them because they were like very away from XRP. So they say, you know what, which one is the biggest community out there is XRP holders. So let's do a drop on the XRP. Besides, one of the things that they did is their max supply is equal to the max supplies of XRP. So they both have 100 billion tokens.
Yeah, that's cool. So another question I've got for you, because I don't keep up with XRP stuff. They got another one that's called XRP-LM or something, isn't it? There's something where it's like XRP-LM or like it seems like a, I don't know what it is, man. If it's like an upgrade on the token or whatever it's used for. Have you heard of it at all? I might have to look it up quickly. Just give me one
Yeah, look
second.
it
I'll
up.
have a look.
Maybe you're talking about the nodes in XRP, the XRPL
Yeah,
and for the nodes.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So what is that?
Well, those are the nodes. Like let's say Ethereum had their validators. XRP had the validators too. So the XRP is like it have Ripple controls like 3% of the validators, and the other 97% are controlled by people who not get incentivized by anything with XRP. It's not like Gala, like you have a node and you get rewarded. These people are running the nodes and not getting rewarded for it because David Schwartz, who's the creator of the XRPL, he says that the best reward is the no reward. Like he's against like rewarding people for running the nodes. Like he thinks everybody should contribute just if they like the software. If the software work for them, they will do contribution to keep it running. So and it's been working perfectly.
Oh,
So
that's
the
cool.
end, yeah, the end for it is because there is some of them, they are the one who make the vote. Like when
Hmm.
it's a big vote and they had to vote in some decisions in the XRPL, for example, not too long ago, they turn XRP into a smart contract. Now you
Hmm.
can do NFTs on the XRP, so that they need the vote from the noon nodes, which are like the main nodes. They are very like, I think Ripple control one of them. I think so. It's like they have only one vote out of the 20. I think they are.
Yeah, so that obviously passed then because they've got XRP NFTs and all that now, don't they?
Correct. Yeah, it passed. They also make another one. This is checks on the XRP. You know, XRP like Ripple works with banks, and the XRPL, if they're gonna work with banks, there's some sort of way maybe they need checks. I didn't know what they need checks on the smart contract, but they just passed the upgrade on the XRPL.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for explaining that, man. Because like I see that much different stuff, and I'm like, are they upgrading it? What are they doing? And it's like XRP for me. Like
Yeah,
it's too complicated. Like I can't. Like I don't even get why Gala do what they do. And then you've got a token that's dealing with banks, and they're doing nodes, and then they're doing NFTs, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and it's just like too much. I can't deal with it. So
I know it's too much. Like I read every day. I spend like about 4 hours every day reading about like the XRP case, how the I'm a big fan of XRP. I also spend like in those 4 hours about Gala. I give a good 3 4 hours of my life every day to crypto.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's why you're in the know, man, and I'm sitting here trying to work out what you're saying. But like being that you're a content creator, man, now that we're coming up around the 50-minute mark, like what do you think about like the future of creating content in relation to crypto now that Twitter's pretty much allowing 1 hour uploads?
Well, I think they have a lot of platforms that they work with. I think the content creators should get paid in crypto. Is I think that's the future,
Hmm.
because YouTube is taking a lot from them. Like I'm not monetized. Like my channel is not monetized yet. Maybe it will in the future. I don't know. Right now it's free because I'm just want to help the Spanish community, and I just give my knowledge out there. But like I couldn't do my channel in English, and I probably could get more people, more views, because the American people are more into crypto. But
Hmm.
then I decide to do it in Spanish, because there is not many Spanish channels who talk especially about XRP or about Gala, like like, eh, and I think we need that in the ecosystem. So I think it's pretty cool if they can make like a social media that is pay the content creators in crypto, and that's how I see the future of social media and crypto.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've gone onto your channel a few times, man, and you're doing one with the Zora Gala once, and you're speaking your native tongue, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but you ended up, I think I dropped into the chat, and you ended up saying hello in English and whatnot, and
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
it's
sometimes I do get English people, and what I try to do is translate. Like I say something to my audience. Like if you come into my chat, I say, hey, you know what, I started speaking English to you, and I real quick I translate it in Spanish, because I don't want to lose my Spanish audience. So I need to keep both entertained, and it's very hard.
so do you translate as well for your guests as well? Like there's little pauses after they speak so you can translate.
That's what I do. Like, for example, if I'm talking right now to you, I say, oh, hi, Glitch, how are you? And then I say, hola, Glitch, ¿cómo estás? Todo bien, vamos a la próxima pregunta. Let's go to the next question. Come on. What do you think about Gala? ¿Qué piensas acerca de Gala? Dinos qué necesitas. Let's see. So I try to talk both things at the same time. I'm getting used to it. Like,
Well, you've got good processing ability, man. I don't know if I could flip between different languages, but you
oh,
know,
man, it's hard.
being an Australian, we don't even speak English properly, so that
You
probably
know who
doesn't
do
help.
it pretty good? Satoshi Siren. Like
Yeah.
she was doing pretty good on the interview with Taco on Gala Music, and JG. Like Lava's brother, and she was doing awesome. Like she was translated right away. Like she was amazing.
I'll have to watch some of her stuff, man, because like I'm a fan of yours on like Twitter, and I can read what you're saying because you got the translate and everything anyway, even if you did
Yeah,
speak your native tongue. And
yeah.
like for me, man, I'd like to see you do more of what you just said, like the translation stuff with different
Oh
people,
yeah,
so I can
yeah.
actually
It's
listen
hard.
to what you're talking about. But once again, man, like the amount of processing ability you'd have to be able to pull that off, like it's pretty impressive.
Mm. It is, it is impressive. Like even Zorro, he decides to do his stuff in English now. He say, you know what, there is not many Spanish community. I say that's what we need. We need to grow the community.
Hmm.
Like if you start giving up on the community, then we need, especially imagine right now in a spider tank is they making a lot of rewards. I think somebody in a third world country like maybe Philippines or something like that can get rewarded with this. Like maybe they can bring a piece of bread to their home by playing spider tank. And in South America we have very poor it's a very, we have very poor countries down there. They probably by playing spider tank and not damaging their owner with like four silks, four, 5 silks a day, they
Hmm.
can bring food to their table.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I want to say. Like if they raise the honor to like at least 4 or 5, that's a day salary of somebody in South America. They can help them a lot. Maybe for us it's nothing. We say, what are we gonna do with $3, $4 a day? But that's a lot over there. For them to be in the pilot program, get $4 a day to get food to their family just to play a game. You doing a lot for people. Instead of like concentrating on planting trees, you put food on kids belly, and I think that's more important. And
Yeah.
that's always been my message to Gala, and that's why I become an international ambassador. Well, I didn't become, they put me as an international ambassador. But one of the things that I do as an international ambassador is try to fight for that, to have these kids that they can play a video game like Spider Time, just get $3 a day. That's They go to the store and buy bread. They can buy ham, cheese,
Hmm.
butter, and eat that day.
Yeah.
Provide for the family.
Well, I'm one of the co-founders for Gravy Gang Guild. I'm probably the most active member at the moment, but we've actually got a lot of Filipinos in the guild, and the tanks that I have, I actually rent them out to them because not only do they take it seriously, like they will get like all the victory points that you need for the day
Yeah.
without a doubt. Like I've rented it out to some other people before, and they'll be like 10 silk from one tank, and then from someone else, like from one of the Filipino dudes that I rent out to, it's like 17. So it works good for them because they can like do what you said, where they can feed their families and whatever by playing the game, and then it helps me because I don't have to play it. And
And you can upgrade your tank with that,
yeah,
because actually what do you do with it? Like we live in a country where we have a good job and pay for our bills. So I don't need $2 a day, but I can use my $2 to make a better tank.
yeah.
So
Well,
I upgrade my tank and they get food.
that's
It's
why
a win-win.
I wasn't too happy with Gala like a while ago because they were pretty much making the requirements too high for someone that owns the tanks, and I bought them to rent out because,
Yeah.
like, and I feel bad for third world countries and everything else as far as their governments or other obstacles they have of having a dollar that's worth more in value. But for me, if I play tanks, man, I'm losing money. So it doesn't make sense. Like it's just NFTs in a wallet, unless if I
Mm.
can rent it out. You know what I mean? So now that you get more, it's better, in my
But one
opinion.
thing, one thing they should do is all the tanks that you have, like on your treasure chest, they should just change it to Gary for free. Like they make you go through the whole process. Like I have more tanks on my treasure chest that I would be happy to rent, but I just don't want to do the whole process to send it to Ethereum, take it out from the treasure chest, send it to Ethereum, and send it to Gary, and you lose all that money for no reason. And for us, it's a tax event.
Hmm.
Now, if they change it for us, they just change it from the treasure chest to Giri. There is nothing to tax about because you're just gonna use it to play.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I don't understand why Gala is not doing it. But that's another podcast.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they become more accommodating anyway once they start implementing like different things in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're coming up on the hour now, man. Like for people that are listening, how do they find you on Twitter and YouTube?
Well, you have my name there. Is at CryptoView_1. That's my Twitter, my YouTube, my Twitch, whatever they want. That's how they find me. If they want to write, I speak Spanish and English, so it doesn't matter. Like also, yeah, Twitter now it translates for you, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes I tweet in Spanish, and I know people read it.
Yeah, well, I do anyway, man. I just hit the translate. But
Yeah,
it's been really good to talk to you, man. And it's you're a very knowledgeable person in the community. So I'm glad that I
yeah,
actually got to ask you some questions. And if
yeah.
you wouldn't mind hanging around for a couple of minutes, that'd be good.
Sure, sure. Like, listen, anytime, man. Anytime you wanna talk, like, let me know. Like around this time, or I'm off, and we can do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, sweet.
I'm always good to go to people's channels and talk. Like I do more in other people's channel than in my own channel.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. All right, we'll hang around for a bit anyway, and I'll end it now. Thanks everyone for watching.